Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have a new setup going here just to try out, and we're also doing a comic book unboxing. My shirt is a giveaway for the coolest book in the bunch. Let's check it out. They really pack this stuff in there, don't they? Which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate because I don't want my stuff to get damaged. But let's take it out one by one and show you. It's 4 books in total, and I'll go over right before I show you what I thought the grades were going to be. So, let's dive right in. And guys, let me know down below how it sounds. We're trying out a new audio setup here because, well, I want to get back into podcasting, so I didn't want to do it with just like a phone or something. So we're getting real equipment. So we're trying out some new audio things here. But the first book up we're going to talk about is actually Batman 404, aka Year 1, Part 1. Now this book is by Frank Miller, who's, a comic book icon and god. And I happened to be lucky enough to have met him over at, it's called Strange Adventures now, but at the time it was called Atomic Comics in Scottsdale, or Chandler, Arizona. And I went there for the signing, and I was lucky enough to get it signed. And all this time, I never got it certified and graded, and I figured, you know what, he's not getting any younger, maybe it's time. I knew this book wasn't in the greatest shape, but it was in decent shape. So what I decided to do was finally get it graded and preserved for the rest of the time I own the book, which hopefully will be for a very long time. And the grade I was expecting was anywhere from an 8 to 8.5. I even put down possibly a 9, but that was kind of a stretch goal. And what I ended up getting was an 8. So I'll take that. I mean, it's about what I expected it to be, and who can argue with that? It's got this big, beautiful Frank Miller signature, which is almost illegible. In fact, the only reason I know it's 100% authentic is that I got it in person. I really regret not getting it graded there on site, but I love the fact that cbcs, and that's who I grade through, gives you the same yellow label that you would get whether it was verified or witnessed. And I know it was signed. I even sent in the receipt with it to prove that I paid for the autograph session there. I didn't get that one back, which I wasn't really expecting because, again, I knew it was signed. But an 8.0 on a Batman 404, aka Year 1, Part 1. Next up is another newer book. It's also Ninja Turtles like you see on my shirt, but it's from the IDW run. This is Ninja Turtles #1 with the Raphael cover. And this one comes with a yellow label as well because it is signed and sketched by Kevin Eastman. Now, I didn't tell you the grade beforehand because I wanted to talk about that. This book literally went from me buying it, reading it once, bag and board, box put away, to getting it signed by Kevin Eastman with the remark. Well, it came back a 9.0. I'm very disappointed in that. I thought it was going to be a 9.8, maybe 9.6, but 9.8. Looking at it now, I do see some of the color break they talked about near the staples, but I don't know, that broke my heart a little. I guess maybe I was expecting too much with the 9.8, but I really in my heart thought it was going to be a 9.8 or 9.6. Ah well, that's life. But hey, cool signature, cool remark, signed by Kevin Eastman, and I love the Ninja Turtles. I have a lot of Ninja Turtles #1s, and we're getting to that here in a second. Now, this is a book I've been looking for quite a while for the right price and the right condition. And when I say right condition, I don't mean the world's greatest condition. It's one of those books I would just like to own and have in my collection. Truth be told, I'm not the biggest Punisher fan, and I'm a moderate Spider-Man fan. I do love Spider-Man. I do have a lot of the key titles, but it's not something I have read on a continuous basis, or it's not my be-all, end-all character like I feel about the Ninja Turtles, Invincible, or even Captain America. So with that being said, when I saw this price for what they were asking for from our friend Bill over there at Fantastic Worlds, how could I say no? So I picked up ASM 129, first appearance of the Punisher. Now, Bill wrote on the back there his grade expecting was a 2.0, and after looking at it, I thought it was going to be a 2.0 as well. But lucky enough, coming back from CBCS, it came back a 2.5, so a little bit better than I was hoping. Which still not the greatest conditions, but the fact is it exists, it's in really good shape, and I own it. Only thing about the front cover about presentation, it is missing a little piece right here. Let's see how close I can get it there. That's the only downside. But you know what? Great book. Super awesome one to have in my collection. Is it long for my collection? I don't know. This might be something I might be willing to trade or deal later on, especially with the price I paid and the grade it came back with. But I don't know. I think I like it. I think I'm going to be keeping it. And last but not least, this book is probably one of my absolute favorite ones in my collection. It's one of the rarest Ninja Turtles books you'll ever see and ever look for. There is only 3,000 copies printed. No, not Ninja Turtles #1 first printing, but Turtle Mania #1, which was printed in 1986 by a company called Metropolis Comics. The only place you can get it was at the Turtle Mania convention, and they limited it to 3,000. Granted, there was another printing of the gold ones, and that was limited to only 10 copies. In fact, to my knowledge, I believe only 3 or 4 are actually known to exist, and we don't know what's happened to the other ones. Realistically, I'm just going off the top of my head for that one. But I was lucky enough to pick up this one, and I was told when I was purchased it, they were expecting it to be a 7.5. And you know what? I agreed. I thought it was going to be about a 7.5. Definitely had some wear. These weren't printed to be collected or kept. They were printed to be distributed and read. So the fact that it exists at all, I'll take it. And I was lucky enough to get it signed by Kevin Eastman as well. And that one actually came back an 8.5. So much higher than I was expecting and anticipated. So you know what? I will take that all day long. This was actually my 40th birthday present from my mother. My wife and I and family were on vacation. The person that was selling it let me know that it was available. And I was like, my mom keeps asking what she should get me for my birthday. As a grown-up, I will take this comic book. And this is one of the pride pieces of my Ninja Turtle collection. You don't see these too often. They really don't come up for sale too often. You see them on eBay and everything every now and then. But to me, it's really hard to know for sure that it's a legit copy. Because IDW did release a Turtle Special number 100 version at one point to celebrate the book. And there's been, it's generally just Xerox paper folded over and stapled. So it's really easy to fake. But this one, the place I bought it from, very reputable dealer. I had zero doubts when I looked at the quality and everything else. And then when I sent it in to get graded, they confirmed it was legit and authentic. And I got it signed by Kevin Eastman, and even he thought it was kind of cool. He doesn't see them that often anymore. So that is the newest book in my Turtles collection. I pretty much own most of their number ones. Granted, my Turtles number 1 is actually a third printing from the original Mirage run, but I have one, and I take that as a huge win. I love doing these videos, and thank you for watching them. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more comic book related material on our channel, including how to make, distribute, and produce your own comic book. Something I've done in the past, but never in front of a camera before. So that's going to be a little bit different for me. But guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And if you got this far, and if you don't like and subscribe, that's really weird. Bye-bye, everybody, and let's take another ride again soon.